Years ago, people were completely oblivious even of the fact that there were chances that people could entertain sexual relations before getting married, or talk less, having extramarital relations. But it has gotten to a point where with globalization, evolution, it is becoming a topic even of discussion that people have to talk about the fact that, okay, it is better to have sex before getting married, or you get married and then you're learning it. When talking with others, we got to realize that some people are of the opinion that it is practically impossible for them. I spoke with a man who is like, he does not see why he should get married to a woman who has no idea about sex, because he says he does not want to become a teacher. Well, upon talking with another, to him, he is definitely looking for that woman whom he is going to be the one to nurture her and teach her everything she knows. We know the good book, which tells us, of course, that it is important to remain chaste up until marriage. And now, all the question of it being a virtue or not, because some men feel that it is worthless for a woman to keep herself up until marriage, while others, they feel that it is honorable, it is welcoming, it is just what they're looking for, it is God's idea of life and marriage. So today, we want to dwell in this, talk about it, and find out what gives the virtue or vice with regards to chastity. We will talk more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to this edition, of course, of Mwafam. Today, it feels good, of course, always feeling good being with you, having to share this moment with you. And it only feels better when it is not just between you and I, but with a couple of people like who, Linda, bringing in the sun always. We want the light in the studio. So we have her with us today as we'll be talking about chastity. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Bibiana, and thank you very much for the very, very swift introduction.
Oh, yes. Well, I kind of always like your look, and today you look exceptionally sunny.
Thank you.
The sun you bring in, the light you bring in, I see you love it today.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't know what you're saying. I hope you're not flattering me for something. Well,
no, I am not. I am admiring God's creation.
Well, today, as you mentioned, we are going to be talking about chastity, virtues or vice for a woman. Well, I don't know, we have with us experts who are going to tell us more about it. And let me first start with the ladies, as they say,
ladies before gentlemen.
Let me start with Reverend Pastor Catherine Fegang. She is a marriage counselor, and apart being a marriage counselor, she is a chemist. So let me start with her. Hello, how are you doing, Pastor?
Oh, très bien, merci. After this, I'm not sure there's any other word I can give out.
Vous êtes la bienvenue. C'est moi, femme. I hope they say.
You look for it, oh.
Well, beside her is Pastor Bongbwen Alando. Wow. I finally have to pronounce that name.
Yeah, I always escape from it.
What? Okay. Now that you're saying what, well, let me just stop there. You're welcome, Pastor. You're welcome, Pastor.
It is well.
Oh, it is well. I hope I did not
kill the name.
No, the name is well pronounced.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that how you will pronounce it?
Bongbwen Alando.
Okay, that's what I said.
So I'm not colonized by anyone.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're a man of your own.
Yeah.
So you're welcome on board.
Thank you.
Mwafam. Now, we are talking about chastity. Before we go in too deep into it, let me get the definition from you, Pastor.
Chastity is a vow that you make to live separately and with purity. When you decide to live for God or to keep your values and your dignity. Chastity is not just the fact that you live free from any sexual relationship. Chastity has to do, it's a globe that has to do with your purity, your values, your sincerity, truth, humility, patience, kindness. Because you can be a virgin, but you are not chaste.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Now I'm completely thrown off.
Yeah, you can be a virgin, but you are not chaste because you are not faithful. You are not loyal. You know, so it's a complete set of attitude and character. You see, you know, Jesus came into the world through a virgin. So when we are talking about chastity, we are talking about virginity also.
Okay.
Now, the word chastity is not just being a virgin. It has to do with values.
Okay.
You know, because a woman that is practicing that vow of chastity, she is keeping her values. She wants to be loyal. She wants to keep her dignity. You know, anthropologically, it is in our culture. It's a powerful vow, because when a virgin, no, according to tradition and culture, virgins are having a different price when it comes to dowry.
Okay.
Yeah. They are more valuable than those that were educated. Because, you know, men is, when you go to occultic groups, you see that they want to use virgins for power.
Okay.
They want to use virgins for power. But now, virgins they are having a lot of values spiritually and physically. So it takes grace to be a virgin and to practice chastity, because when you are living chaste, you are keeping your values, your dignity, you are humble,
discipline.
It's a set of things. She wanted definition, so I just...
Well, I asked for it.
Yeah, you asked for it, and you got it.
Now, the part where you talked about being a virgin and still not being chaste, does it mean that you can be a virgin, but just because you don't have some moral values, it means you're not keeping the vow?
Yeah, because virginity is not just the fact that you don't have any sexual relationship with people. If not, maybe Mary would have not had that grace for the Savior to come through her. The fact is that she was a virgin, but she had moral values that has to do with her character, her attitude, that proves. You know, a woman is not just the fact that she's a virgin. A woman is, the Bible says, a woman is a builder. You know, when a woman keeps herself, her values, she becomes loyal. But still, you can get married and you are not chaste. Why? Because you will practice, you will be acting unfaithfully to your husband, through your character, your certain things that you do that are not keeping your values. You know, immorality is not just the fact that you are living in sin, sexual sin.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be immoral with your language. You can be immoral with your character, with your attitude, but you are immoral.
Even with your eyes.
With your eyes, you are immoral. So many people think that immorality is just the fact that a girl goes out with a man. No. There are many people that don't even have any idea to go out with a man or to have any sexual relationship, but they are perverse. Their immoral life is so alarming that they cannot live with a man. You see, so it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Okay, now let me come to you, Pastor Catherine. Pastor made mention of two, because now we are in two words. Yeah. There was before, and now we have the now. Now before, he says virgins have value. I don't know, even today,
even
virgins
up to today, so it's not the matter of before. It's the mindset that people are having today about virgins. Or people feel like, okay, you are less a woman if you are still a virgin. And people don't even believe that you should even be a virgin.
Yeah.
You know, when they said you are matured from 18 years, it doesn't mean that you should be matured in sexual interactions. Yeah, it means you should know that you are getting yourself into, you are growing, you know, and you are not less a woman when you are a virgin, but rather you are more a woman when you are a virgin. You are more a woman when you are a virgin because your values are so alarming.
Okay, it's now kind of understanding the value thing, because it shows that for you to be disciplined by telling yourself that this is something every other person does, but I will not do it. it already brings a degree of responsibility, discipline,
and the values that you have. Now, Pastor Catherine, what are the challenges of chastity today in our generation today?
Okay, merci déjà pour cette opportunité que vous me donnez. Et comme le docteur a si bien dit, en fait, la chasteté, c'est la sagesse. Et maintenant, les difficultés que nous avons, qu'on a à être chaste, c'est que pour être déjà chaste, il faut savoir ce que c'est. Ce n'est pas simplement s'abstenir du plaisir sexuel. C'est les valeurs morales que tu dois avoir en toi-même. Donc, tu dois être quelqu'un de discipliné et tu dois être capable de tu n'es pas discipliné seulement pour toi, même pour les autres. Donc, le challenge, c'est que tu as pris un vœu d'être chaste, d'être sage, d'être discipliné, de vivre une vie normale et morale, d'être loyal. Et celui qui est en face de toi ne sait pas. Il peut donc te tarser de tout et de rien. Et étant chaste, tu n'as pas le droit de te mettre à combattre, à défendre. Non. La difficulté, c'est seulement qu'aujourd'hui, pour être chaste, tu seras interprété comme quelqu'un qui est hors. Donc, on ne te considère pas comme quelqu'un de normal. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. On ne te considère pas comme quelqu'un de normal. On va voir que quelque chose ne va pas avec toi. Tu seras toujours en train de te justifier ou bien de montrer à tout le monde que voici ce que je fais. La difficulté, c'est que les gens ne peuvent pas te comprendre. On n'est pas chaste pour qu'on te comprenne, mais c'est un vœu que tu as pris pour toi-même, qui est d'abord intérieur. D'abord, ça a fait avec tes pensées et ça doit se matérialiser sur tes actions. Et tu auras toujours en face de toi des personnes qui vont te dire que ce n'est pas normal, ce n'est pas faisable, ce n'est pas possible. Mais devant toutes ces choses, tu dois avoir un objectif, être fixé et accomplir ce que tu as décidé de faire.
Oh, having a fixed and accomplished decision.
Yeah.
Because
and it has nothing to do with what people think.
What people say or what people think. So it's just all about you making a decision and faithfully ensuring that that decision that you're making, you'll pull through with it. Now, this is about the young girl or the young boy who have decided to keep his or herself before marriage. And now when they get into marriage, there is another issue of infidelity that is always alarming when it has to do in a marriage setting. And when couples, they have issues, they have problems, we realized that because we had a marriage counselor here one time, and then they told us some of the challenges, the things that are usually problems in a marriage. They mentioned money, they mentioned sex which is like for everybody is like a do thing or a no do thing. Now, in a marriage, how do we handle this situation of chastity when we are in a marriage? This question is for you, Doctor.
Yes, before I get there, I want to appreciate the way you people put it because it's so technical. Yeah, I want to appreciate that manner. But now, before we get there, you know, many people want you to believe that you are not a woman when you are practicing chastity. They'll make you feel like, no, you need to be a woman. You know, and to be a woman, you need to be this virgin.
And a modern woman.
Yes, and you need to be a modern woman. You don't just need to be like that. I mean, you are so
primitive.
Yeah, it looks like you don't have knowledge about things.
You're not open to some certain things.
Certain things, and like they try to make you feel guilty.
Yes.
Of being faithful.
Yes, yes.
You see, they want to force guiltiness in you when you are doing the right thing. But now when we come to marriage issues, like, okay, you know, many women or men, do you know, there's one thing that people don't understand, that men also need to practice chastity.
Okay.
Yeah, and men need to be virgins also. I hurt myself when...
You hardly hear that.
Of course, like whatever for.
I hurt myself when I was forced to be this virgin when it wasn't the moment that I supposed to. And that was done wrongly because my brothers forced me when we were like, okay, I did not want to talk with the girl. I did not want to. I was just keeping myself. And they said, no, you are big for nothing.
I mostly hear this thing with men. Yes. Other men, their parents, they team up and arrange for them to have sex with a lady.
No, like just to, you say you are big for nothing. You cannot even, you are not a man. I said, to be a man, must I go along with ladies? He said, yes. I said, no. Until they had to tempt me to take some alcoholic, and I lost my senses. Then they forced me with the lady.
And sometimes
you are practically raped.
Oh, yeah, because most times they get a lady who is more open to do.
Yeah, I hate
like
myself until I thought that, and do you know what happened to me? The lady gave me a certain sickness.
You don't say. That is sad.
Do you know how people are, ladies, when a lady lost her virginity wrongly, maybe by rape, and it's dangerous because they feel pain that you cannot help them out of it if God does not intervene. Because to lose your virginity wrongly, it's like you have lost your life, you have lost your values and everything. It's the same thing with men.
The same?
It's the same thing with men.
You don't say.
I'm saying the truth. You know, men also have to be virgins.
Prepared, and then
they have to go. When you know that you are practicing chastity, you have to pray that God should give you a man also who is like that.
Okay.
Then the both of you will grow with good knowledge, and that is where problem starts in the marriage home. Do you know that when people get into a relationship in the aim with get married, the first thing is to have sex, even in the married home, you cheat on one another. Yeah, you cheat on one another, because if a man cannot patiently wait and do what is right to have you, then the same thing he would do when you put together, as well as the woman. So infidelity in a marriage home doesn't have anything to do with either the man does not have money or the woman is not doing anything. It's the state of mind, the desire.
Yeah.
When you are so desirous, you know, sex is not food that we need to eat, but it's part of life. Sex is like the fruit of love that you have.
Okay.
So sex is not what brings love, it's love that brings sex.
Okay.
So if you use sex in the place of love, then infidelity will be the talk of the day.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah. So that's the problem that happens in the marriage home.
Someone worried, it was a man, and when he was brandishing his ideas of chastity rather than not being a virtue at all, he was like, can I imagine a couple where both of them, that since we women, we think that it's very important to be chaste, what about the man, that if the man is also chaste and at the end of the day they get married and both of them are, like you said, getting married and they're both virgins, they've been chaste all through, and that, how do I think their marriage is going to be? That's so boring, because they're coming in and nobody is able to even teach the other person something. And I'm like...
Now, one thing I want us to understand is that being chaste does not remove that feelings from you, and does not take away the knowledge of how to do it. Because people, it's a wrong idea that people are having about it. Being chaste is that you are preserving yourself.
Not doing it. No.
You are preserving yourself from many things that can go wrong. Like maybe contacting yourself with sickness, or maybe disvaluing yourself, exposing yourself to, you know. But in your mind, you know, let me tell you something. Sexual acts are not taught.
Yeah.
They're automatic, due to the love that is given to you. That's what the Bible says. Men, they're supposed to love their wives and take care. There is no woman that you love and take care and she will not prove to you. She will give you the love, because women are not supposed to love you.
Yeah, they say we should just...
No, you don't supposed to love.
Submissive to the man.
You're supposed to be submissive.
But it takes love to be submissive.
Yeah, because when the man gives you the love makes you submissive to him.
Okay. So it takes his love for you
to be
submissive.
Because you are a vessel that receives love. So he gives you the love by taking care. Then you become submissive to the love that is given to you. There's no woman that will not be submissive when she is loved.
No, there are women who will not be.
No, it depends.
There's some tyrannic women.
Well, maybe because they want more, even though you love them, but then they still want more, and that's the more they need.
Pronunciation. Love is not words.
It's what you show.
And
love
all
is actions. Love is what you do.
There are people who you do all that to them, and they still will be like.
I don't know why Viviana is insisting on that.
I don't know why.
That's because because I know
Are you
of a
one
case
of them?
Are
study.
you one of
Oh
them?
no, definitely
What does
not.
it take
But
for you to be submissive?
no way.
Just
Husband
love.
loves me, so I'm very submissive. Then someone mentioned that there is that God did not ask the woman to love because inert, naturally, He gives the woman love. That you don't need to work for that. That's for the woman. She does not need to put in effort for her love to come out. That naturally He just gave them. But He knows that okay, with the men, you need to work to have that, and that's why He asked the men to love the women, and then the women to be submissive.
Just because men are stubborn.
Okay. It's coming from a man.
I think we'll come to that. Now, let's not leave Pastor Catherine aside because she's just like, okay, let me allow these people to talk. Now, Pastor, you know, usually we used to talk about chastity when it comes to relationship like boyfriend, girlfriend, or when it comes to marriage. But now we forget this category of people who are in courtship. And I think that it's usually very difficult for those who are in courtship because now you have the promise of marriage. You know that, yes, this one is going to get married to me. We are going to live together. But how difficult is it to maintain, or how do they maintain chastity while waiting
courtship?
For the future?
Good question.
That is tremendous. I owe you one for that question, though.
Good question.
La réponse revient toujours à la décision et le vœu. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Tu as déjà pris le vœu d'être chaste.
Mon problème ici, c'est le fait que vous parlez de vœux. Et ce n'est pas tout le monde qui va prendre cette vœu-là. Si, naturellement, j'ai décidé d'être chaste juste comme ça, qu'est-ce que tu peux faire d'être dans un couple sans avoir les rapports sexuels?
Un couple qui va vers le mariage.
Qui va vers le mariage.
Oui,
comme vous avez déjà promis, il fait les fiançailles.
la fiançailles.
Oui, c'est ce que je disais. Donc, tu es fiancé à un homme et que tu as décidé d'être vierge jusqu'au mariage. C'est quelque chose que tu partages avec lui.
D'accord.
Pendant que vous vous entretenez. Les fiançailles, ce n'est pas une affaire d'un jour. Il y a d'abord l'approche, il y a la proximité, après il y a l'accord. Tu acceptes que oui, je veux devenir la femme de ta vie, je veux faire ma vie avec toi. Là, tu lui donnes maintenant que, en tant que femme, moi je ne peux pas avoir les rapports sexuels avant le mariage. Vous devez tomber d'accord. S'il n'est pas prêt, il ne veut pas le faire. S'il est prêt, il peut faire les choses vite, s'il ne peut pas s'abstenir. Donc, ce n'est pas une affaire de toi seul. Tu dois le partager avec l'homme de ta vie. Tu ne le dis pas à tout le monde. Mais cet homme qui veut être l'homme de ta vie, que tu décides d'être sa côte, tu dois lui dire, voici mon projet.
En tant qu'être humain.
Mais nous réalisons que oui, voilà la décision qu'on a prise ensemble. Mais maintenant, c'est difficile. Que faire pour s'abstenir? C'est difficile de maintenir cette vœu
comme ça.
Entre les fiançailles, que ceux qui sont déjà fiancés, ils savent que non, on va se marier.
Oui, on a vraiment décidé.
On va se marier, on a décidé, mais comment se maintenir?
Oui, justement, ça devient difficile quand on n'est pas discipliné. Maintenant, je veux parler de la crainte de Dieu. Okay. Parce que la plupart du temps, ça arrive beaucoup plus à ceux qui sont chrétiens. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez.
Oui.
Vous pouvez être musulman, tu peux être chrétien, tu peux être... Mais la véritable base qui soutient la chasteté, c'est la chrétienté, c'est la crainte de Dieu. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Parce que s'il n'y a pas la crainte de Dieu, tu ne pourras pas t'abstenir. C'est la crainte, parce que l'amour de Dieu dépasse l'amour que tu peux avoir pour un homme. La crainte de Dieu dépasse l'attirance que tu peux avoir d'un homme. Alors ce n'est que la crainte de Dieu, parce que nous avons dans la Bible des exemples. Connaissons un homme qui s'appelle Jacob, qui a pu attendre pendant 7 ans pour épouser une femme. Ça veut dire qu'il a regardé la femme pendant 7 ans sans la toucher. C'est le jour de son mariage qu'il a pu avoir sa femme.
Si c'était nos jours, on devait lui donner une médaille. Hein. C'est
encore possible aujourd'hui. Hein.
Il voit la femme.
C'est encore possible aujourd'hui. Si tu as la crainte de Dieu, tu vas t'abstenir parce que... Pourquoi je m'abstiens? Ce n'est pas seulement parce que je veux me marier étant vierge. Il y a le bénéfice de se marier étant vierge. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. En tant que chrétien, il y a aussi des familles nobles. Il y a des princesses qui ne peuvent pas aller en mariage étant déviergées. Ça capte la valeur. Tu deviens impur. Tu n'es plus d'un certain rang social. Ça veut dire que tu dois conserver les valeurs de la famille. Il y a les familles qu'on n'envoie pas les filles en mariage étant des vierges.
Quelqu'un dit que c'est pas évident, excusez-moi un peu là, mais quelqu'un dit que c'est pas évident de rester dans un couple comme ça. C'est vrai que nous sommes fiancés et tout ça pour longtemps. Sans, que normalement,
think the key word should be you should not
durer.
be for
Il
long.
ne faut pas durer. You just shouldn't stay for so long. Ce qui est conseillé plutôt, c'est de ne pas rester fiancé comme ça pour trop longtemps parce que étant humain, c'est fort possible que les
Then
choses
you be
peuvent
tempted.
arriver. Oui.
Oui, c'est ce que les gens disent en fait. Mais si on se marie pour éteindre les désirs sexuels, on ne va jamais être satisfait. Le mariage, c'est plus que ça. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Pour se marier, c'est un projet. Et on doit se fixer des caps et les respecter. Ce n'est pas une affaire d'un jour. Après le plaisir, quoi encore? Il y a des gens qui souffrent toute leur vie à cause de 5 minutes de plaisir. Alors si on peut s'abstenir et être heureux toute la vie, pourquoi ne pas le faire?
Le pasteur a eu même quelque chose après ça.
Bien sûr. Est-ce que vous savez que la Bible déclare que quand tu fais le sexe avec un homme, vous devenez une seule personne. Ça veut dire que vous partagez les souffrances, les échecs, les douleurs. Le bonheur n'est pas communiqué quand ce n'est pas dans l'ordre. C'est le malheur qui est communiqué quand c'est dans le désordre.
Pastor, let me get this one in. It's crazy, but it's from what she just said about the sharing. A lady actually exploited this expression that when you have an intercourse, an intimate intercourse with a man, at the end of the day, you both share everything and become one. And it's for that reason that she chooses to only have relations with men who are richer, who got better promises, because like that they are sharing. She's now attaining their level. And so how do you perceive that in relations to this aspect in reality, that there is that exchange you made and brought yourself to an equal level?
It's not an exchange. And by the way, it has nothing to do with what she's thinking.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because when they talk about when you have a sexual relationship with a lady or with a man, you have things in common. It has just to mean that because you have to share blood. It's in a blood relationship. You know, if you want to go deeper in it, you see that people are taking a lot of bad covenants with people because they have sexual relationship with them.
Maybe even unknowingly?
Yeah, unknowingly, and others know exactly what they are doing. That is why occultic people, when they want to do some sacrifices, the only thing they have to do is to have a relationship with you. They have to have sexual relationship with you. Immediately they have a sexual relationship with you, they have transmitted everything to the occultic groups. So that is why, this matter of sexual relationship is something that people don't know that is so dangerous when it comes to, intimacy. You give your life to somebody. That's what it means. It does not have anything to do with maybe somebody that is rich or poor or whatsoever. There are poor people that give birth to rich children, if that is the sense that the lady want to use. So she should not be confused about what it has to do with the sexual relationship. So, there is something that people are saying here about you should not stay for long when you are in courtship.
Yeah, courtship.
In courtship, I smile because there are tendencies that we need to agree on. If the person that is coming to get married to Linda, if the person does not value Linda, if all he wants is to have some intercourse with Linda, then he does not come with love. He has lusted after her body.
Okay.
There's a difference between love and lust. When you love somebody, you'll be patient. When you love somebody, you listen to the person. When you love somebody, you respect the vows and the values of the person. You will not push somebody to the wall and break some covenants that she or he has taken because you want to. No, it's lost. And that is why many people will come with the term of, I want to get married to you. When you discover that you are a virgin, then you want to disvirgin you, and then later on you say,
They will leave you.
Then you're
broken.
Yeah, every day you are crying, you are suffering, you don't want to hear anything about any man on earth again because you have lost that value because of somebody. That's the first thing we need to understand. Then second, we need to know that if a man wants to get married, boys don't get married. Men get married.
Sure.
So if you are not responsible, Don't approach a lady because you are lusting about her, you want to test her body, you want to do, and then you just decide to say, okay, you make fake promises, we will get married. Then 1 year, 2 years, how can you be in courtship 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? What is wrong with you? Something's wrong with you. If you were not ready, you are hindering the life of that lady. You know, it's not something to accept that people should be in courtship for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You will end up doing something that you're not supposed to do.
That is it.
We should be sincere about that.
Yes,
You end up doing something, and at the end of the day, you deceive the lady, or the lady will deceive you.
Yeah.
Because somebody is tired. You know, one thing is that you people should not accept to be delayed in life. There are men that comes closer to you people to delay you. With that, because they know that when I said, Linda, I'll get married to you, and then she will just sleep there. I have somebody else who will make a vow to get married to you. Then
Whoever comes.
and the person will be controlling you, maybe because see that she's working, you are working, they will be eating your money. At a certain period now, you tell that, I've discovered that you don't speak well to men. No. Just that one thing. He has finished with you, and then he dumped you there. You will not like yourself.
Well, you just start feeling guilty that maybe you didn't make the right decision.
The right decision. You see, so there are a lot of things about being chaste, because if you are not careful, you'll be manipulated. So to be in courtship, a man needs to be ready that, okay, in 1 month's time, in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, at least 6 months, at least if it's too much, he should marry you.
Prophet, you know, you've said this thing, and it brings me back to a situation which we lived once. Some very close person of mine. She was in a relationship with this guy who before coming, he understood she's a disciplined person. And when they started the relationship, she was like, okay, no sex before marriage. And he really liked her so much and decided to respect her decision. He had been into such things before, but as he met her, he decided that, okay, since this is what she wants, I love and respect her, we're going to live that way. And like you're saying, the duration was on and on. A year went by, it was getting to 2, and she now started, her body has changed, a lot has changed, and she started wanting it. But she knows that I'm the one who said,
Who took the vow.
And she's ashamed and uncomfortable to talk about it anymore. And so she kind of starts trying to tempt him. And he felt like he could not even imagine that that's probably what she was doing. So she would visit at odd hours when normally it would not happen. And as a man, it was difficult for him, especially because those are things he had been doing earlier. So it was a little difficult for him. So most times when she barges in on him like that, he calls his friend and then he leaves the door open. He calls his friend so that there are people in the house, and he gets
Trying to save himself from
because
this
he's like, I want this.
I think at one point he will feel like he will be the one to fall into the temptation, not knowing that it's a trap
that it's actually
being
a trap
set for him.
Yeah.
Yes. So the thing kept on and on. It was really difficult for him. So he was a friend's older brother. So he ended up talking to the sister, and it was like he's so confused that whenever she comes like that, he'll come now and beg, like, let her come, let the younger sister come, and they sit and they're talking. So we're all there, and since I'm usually with the sister, we end up spending time. But you see that when we come into the room and we're all talking, she's no longer lively. She feels a little uncomfortable, and before long, before long, she
you don't
leaves.
understand me.
Yeah, like you don't understand me. So it kept on and on, but he was steadfast that I have promised this lady this thing and I am going to do it. At the end of the day, when she saw that he was getting too determined and she couldn't open her mouth and say it, she felt like it's
awkward.
Kind of awkward
For a woman to ask for it.
She just informed him one time that she's getting married. She saw another man who was ready to get married. She was interested in the chastity vow and all of that, but she saw that her body wanted that, and she now couldn't tell him, and he was not ready for marriage yet. He had not proposed yet. And she saw this man who probably was already ready to get married. He proposed, and she just came and told him that she's getting married, and he was devastated. He was like, but I've respected all your orders, and what is happening now? She was just like, they're forcing her into it. She's actually not interested. It's from home. But when I spoke to her sister, whom I was also used to, I realized that, no, she brought the man to the house and told everybody, nobody pushed her into anything. So it's until later that we understood now what was happening. So she had confided in another person, like, this is what was happening, and she could not open up to him. So they broke up, bringing the duration thing into play. She now got married and lived her life.
Now, I think now there's a different situation here because he never promised her marriage.
No, he didn't. But you know, love relationships, they see it and they're like, when we're going to be married, this is how our children
she was expecting a proposal.
No, the problem here is not being either the man that obeyed her vow is not a problem. That man, in fact, if I see
he
him
just
now,
didn't have the means at the time, but he was willing to get married to her.
If I meet the man right now, greet him, give him a good salutation and give him something, because he really loved the lady.
Yeah, he did.
Now, the lady was not loyal to her own personal vow.
Yes.
That is where you understand that you can be a virgin, but you are not
chaste,
you
like
are
you
not
said.
chaste.
You're right.
You see now? So
I get it now.
she get to a certain point where she wanted to disvalue her own vow that she made. Then now, the devil also put somebody quickly to present it, and then she fall for it. Now, the problem here is that the man that she will get married to will never be the man that obeyed her and wanted to respect her. That man will give her headache. It will never be the man.
I hope that's not the case.
Viviana,
I hope that's not the case too. So you will give us the details. You tell us what happened.
So just follow it up. And
just follow that.
I'll do the research and bring back the feedback.
Because you will end up saying that when that lady will get to that marriage that was presented, because the man was the man was ready.
Was
financially ready
to satisfy your desire.
Yeah. When she will get there, she will discover that it is the other man that loved her. And now she will have problems. Now she will be unfaithful to that man.
He may have been financially ready, but not morally ready.
Not morally ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, there is this issue of chastity, because most of the time we're talking and you just feel like it's just meant for virgins. Someone may have been this virgin, but later on decide to take the vow to be chaste.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have 3 steps here.
Okay.
You have the widow, you have the widower, and you have a young lady that decide to be chaste.
Whoa.
There are widows that decide to be chaste after their husband
Pass
or
away,
the widower that decides, he said, I love my wife so much that I will not have anything to do with another lady because I cannot separate from the memory that I had with my wife. And he will stay like being faithful to God. Some are not even Christian, but they are faithful to that vow.
Okay.
Yeah, we should, because we need to be real. We need to be real here.
That is the heart of discipline.
Yeah, there are people that are not even Christians, but they are standing on that vow. They are not practicing anything negative, but they are faithful to themselves. They are loyal to themselves because they have loved somebody. So, you know, like she said, being a virgin does not make you falsely somebody that is chaste. No. It's a globe of many things. Like, you need to be faithful, you need to be loyal, you need to be humble, you need to be disciplined,
you need to have a good heart.
Good heart, you need to be truthful. You know, you need to be a servant. It has to do with, the Bible says, who will find a virtuous woman? You know, virtuousness does not have to do just with being a virgin. It's a whole lot of character, attitude that has to do with...
Put together.
Yeah, put together. So people just think that being virtuous means you are a virgin. No. You can be a virgin, but you're not virtuous.
That is huge.
It's big. You can be a virgin, but not virtuous because you are bad. When you start talking to people, everybody will run.
That's true. Because, you know, that's true because, you know, so many people, they're like, okay, they're in the city, they're doing their things, they're doing whatever they're doing, but now when they're ready to get married, they'll go back to the village. And their mother will prepare them a virgin.
Understand that. You understand right.
Their mom will prepare them a virgin.
Yeah.
Like the family is going to prepare a virgin for them.
It's true. I remember there's something used to happen.
And now, the irony about this is that when you finally get married to this virgin, the virgin becomes something else.
Yeah, you know.
When you bring them to the city, they're something else.
They'll become something else.
Yeah,
When
they'll
they become
become that
wise.
thing you used to be.
Not that thing you used to know. It's a very big problem.
Then, I may want to ask this one to the pastor here, considering the fact that I've also heard of a scenario where a woman said she wanted to be chaste in marriage. She was married and it wasn't an agreement with her husband, but she said for a moment, a duration of, it was close to a year, because it was about 8 months or so, she was supposed to pray for something that was actually pertinent in their family. It was something that had been disturbing them. I think it was financial or so. And she decided to take it upon herself to pray for her family. And what she chose to sacrifice was the intimacy relationship. But that was her decision, not a decision she took with the husband. And it was a problem because the husband was not very comfortable with it. Well, how would you look at that situation, that form of chastity in marriage?
Non, c'est pas la chasteté là-bas, c'est la désobéissance.
Wow,
Parce
okay.
que quand il s'agit du mariage, il y a l'accord, on s'accorde. Et la Bible est claire là-dessus. Quand je suis mariée, quand vous êtes unis à un homme, ton corps appartient à ton mari, le corps de ton mari t'appartient. Et Dieu a mis la précision là-dessus, que le seul moment que vous allez vous séparer, c'est quand vous partez prier en accord. Donc s'il y a un temps que je vais prendre pour prier, je veux dire à mon mari, il peut décider, se mettre à l'aise, et il sait que les 3 jours qui viennent, je ne dois pas sacrifier mon corps par rapport à un vœu ou bien une prière qu'il veut faire à Dieu. Ce n'est pas mon corps, c'est le corps de mon mari. Alors c'est la désobéissance et c'est une prière que Dieu ne peut pas exaucer. Donc tu ne peux pas priver ton mari de ce qu'il a droit pendant que tu es en train de demander, tu es en train de désobéir.
Et après, elle va dire que Dieu n'a pas répondu à
Non, Dieu ne répond pas à ce genre de prière. Dieu n'exauce pas d'abord la prière. Dieu exauce sa parole. Tu dois connaître ce que Dieu dit avant de demander. Ne demande pas à Dieu ce qu'il ne peut pas te donner. Ce n'est pas parce que tu veux tuer quelqu'un que Dieu ne tue pas les gens. Tu demandes à Dieu ce qu'il doit faire. Si tu ne connais pas la Bible, ne prie pas. Ça ne sert à rien. Parce que la Bible doit être... La parole de Dieu, c'est la base de nos requêtes. C'est la base de nos demandes. Alors une femme appartient à son mari, son corps. La Bible dit que tu ne prives pas ton corps à ton mari. Ça veut dire, s'il veut faire le sexe, il fait ça quand il veut, comme il veut. C'est son corps. Si toi tu veux, il te laisse faire comme tu veux, quand tu veux. Tu ne peux pas, tu donnes ça à Dieu que tu es la femme de Dieu.
Et si tu n'es pas d'accord, à un moment, peut-être maintenant il veut faire l'amour et toi tu ne veux pas. Est-ce que c'est possible de lui dire que non, je ne veux pas et je refuse carrément? Est-ce que ça sera un autre problème?
Tu refuses pourquoi?
Parce que peut-être tu ne te sens pas bien.
Oui, il va comprendre. Parce que, s'il te plaît, je ne me sens pas bien. Il peut comprendre. Mais si ça devient une habitude, ça veut dire que tu as un problème. Il y a des gens qui ne se sentent pas bien. Tu ne te sens pas bien parce que tu es fâché, parce que tu boudes, parce que tu as demandé quelque chose. C'est autre chose.
Mais il n'y a
aucun mari qui va voir que sa femme ne se sent pas bien et lui forcer à faire le sexe.
Si elle ne se sent pas bien, mais ce n'est pas physiquement, donc peut-être c'est émotionnellement, et elle refuse.
Oui, mais un mari va dire que qu'est-ce que tu as? Il va dire que chérie, je n'ai plus le lait, tout ça, ça me stresse, je n'ai pas l'engouement. Et il va résoudre ton problème si tu le poses bien. Si tu dis que vraiment, je n'ai pas l'engouement, je suis triste, je ne suis pas à l'aise, voici. Il faut dire. Ne dis pas seulement que ne me touche pas, je ne me sens pas bien. Ce n'est pas biblique, ce n'est pas la chasteté.
Si dès le début, il accepte que, ok, tu ne veux pas qu'on fasse ça parce que tu veux faire les prières, mais il constate que, bon, après le mois, 2 mois, 3 mois, et il ne se porte plus, et il dit que cette prière-là, hein, je pense qu'on va arrêter, et je veux ce que je veux maintenant, et elle refuse.
On va arrêter.
C'est dit qu'on arrête, on arrête. La Bible dit que l'homme, c'est le chef de la famille, il est le chef de la femme. Quand vous êtes mariés, ton mari, c'est ton chef. Tu ne peux pas atteindre Dieu en désobéissant à ton mari. Alors, si tu prends un programme de jeûne avec lui, et à un certain moment, il dit que vraiment, on arrête, j'ai besoin de mes choses. Maintenant, vous avez un sacrificateur. Ça veut dire qu'un pasteur, un homme de Dieu qui vous suit, vous allez... Maintenant, Il veut ces choses, non? Tu vas continuer que non, je veux...
choses, non?
Oui. Maintenant, tu continues et que je veux prier, fire. Tu es déjà dans la désobéissance. Amène-le doucement à comprendre. Mais s'il te plaît, continuons à supporter. Continuons à supporter. Et maintenant, s'il décide de mettre fin, tu vas obéir à ton mari. C'est ce que la Bible demande.
Donc, il veut dire naturellement
surtout un mari qui a la crainte de Dieu.
Oui,
ça ne veut pas dire que si peut-être c'est un sataniste, il te dit que bon, allons boire le sang. Tu vas dire que non, la Bible dit que j'obéis à mon mari. Non, non. La Bible dit selon le Seigneur. Donc si j'ai mon mari, vraiment que nous sommes des chrétiens, on peut prendre un engagement par rapport à la prière et à un certain moment, il se trouve buté. C'est pour ça que la Bible dit qu'à ce moment-là, on ne doit pas se coucher au lit ensemble. On a les programmes de jeunes à l'Assemblée. D'accord. Il y a les moments il y a les retraites. Et puis tout le monde vit à l'église. On se lève le matin, on se lave, et puis on part au travail, on revient. C'est strictement interdit. La femme ne doit pas se coucher à côté de son mari. La Bible dit qu'à ce moment-là, vous êtes séparés.
Okay.
Vous êtes séparés. Tu peux prendre soin de lui, mais évite le frottement pendant cette période-là.
So does it mean that a couple living in a house together, they are living together, and if they want to set time out to pray, they cannot stay at home, they should not stay at home together? Like they should leave the house, or the other person should be in the east, the other one should be in the west?
Not forcibly leaving the house. They should not forcibly leave the house, but there is something you people don't understand here. You know, when the body is,
in contact,
in contact like this, memory changes. Okay. And there are messages that are being transferred. Before the end of the day, you will discover that in the midnight, you are there breaking the fast when you're supposed to fast. So it's disobedient for a woman to take any act of chastity without being in agreement with the husband when it comes to couples. The Bible gives complete disagreement on that. Until you agree with your husband. People need to be conscious of what marriage is all about, because marriage has to do with vows and rules. You cannot be under, it says, be submissive. Submission is two words that are put together. Submission. You are under a mission. You submit under a mission. Okay. So when you get married to a man, you are going under his mission. That is why, firstly, no matter what you have as a woman, when you get married to a man, your vision, your mission becomes his. You give all to him. Then you submit now and you watch, helping him now to accomplish it. So now, you can even be intrigued. He can even agree with you to fast 3 days, 4 days. But then 2 days after, I come and tell that, madam, please. God understands. God have already answered the prayer.
Yes. Now you see where we are like this.
God has answered the prayer. So you better come back. And don't argue with him. Don't tell him you need to be patient. It is like that. You don't, just keep quiet, because God is saying it. God knows it. Yeah. You see, many women are in trouble in their marriage home because they want to prove to their husband that they are spiritual. Now, your spirituality needs to be in line with obedience to your husband. If that is not the case, you'll find it hot in your house. And God will support that, your husband.
And that's what I want to understand. Like, Pastor was just saying that when you take out time to pray, you guys should not live in the same house. Like, is it possible that you don't live in the same house?
There are two things. It is either.
Okay, that's not what she's saying.
She said that. She said that there are times that the assembly is having a program that we just stay in the church to pray.
We retreat in church.
Yeah, and retreat in church. That is a different thing. But now, if it comes to husband and wife, you can separate yourself from the bed. You can even sleep in the salon. If you are in prayer, what are people doing on one bed?
But you can pray together.
Before your eye will open, by sleeping now, your hands can go across.
But family that prays together, lives together also, yeah?
Yeah. So living together does not mean you must be on one bed. You are together in prayers in the same house. Okay, now you can live somewhere, you can be there. Then when the prayer time comes, you come together and pray.
But sleeping together does not necessarily also mean having intercourse.
It is not necessary, but you need to concentrate.
So what about that discipline
chacun
now?
connaît son partenaire. Chacun connaît son partenaire. Tu connais ton
You
mari.
need to know your husband. Do you know that there are
Then I
times-
think that should be based on your decision. The both of you take the decision to be like, okay, you know me now, you know the one I am now. So it's preferable you guys
It's
stay with
better.
your mom. It's preferable you guys stay with
Before
your
you see this
sister,
thing
before
broken,
you
even
see-
before it begins.
Okay, now I understand it better because
you
it's
know
not
that-
as if it's
do you know that-
obligatory.
You know, you have some tactics. If your husband offends you or you want something, there's just a way that you can lie on the bed and he change his mind.
Of course.
You know that?
Where, Pastor? Where?
C'est vrai, pasteur.
So why will you be
Also-
exposing us like this now?
You see, we invited him. We called him.
Yes, we look for it. And he just come.
So you people have the tactics, and that is why you people are who you are. You know, women don't have that ability to be fighting.
Okay.
You have
We have
ways
other
that-
methods.
Yeah, you have ways that you can submit a man.
That have been more powerful.
Yeah, you have a way that you can submit a man, and the man walk. But at times, some women tend to be like they can use power. No, you cannot use power with a man.
The man is
God has
physically
given
more
you people
powerful.
natural talents that you can make a man to kneel down and tell you that I make. Yes, it's natural.
And in fact, a king.
Yeah, you just need to know it, use it, and you have it.
Okay. Well, I didn't hear that one, right?
Yeah, you heard it very well. You heard it very well. But now,
Okay.
you know, in marriage, usually this thing, it becomes complicated in marriage. And plus, with the so many misconceptions we have about chastity,
Yeah. Yeah.
just the same way Pastor said that when a woman starts behaving like that, trying to impose her own rules
on
in
the
a
man.
marriage, that becomes disobedience. Apart from that, what are other misconceptions about chastity in a marriage?
Yeah, like, you know, when you get into marriage and the woman start like, okay, I have my own money. You have your own money. Like you start hearing things in the house like my, your. It becomes dangerous.
Let me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to say I'm guilty, but you know.
Yeah, she does not want to say that.
Yeah,
Not that she's not guilty.
not that she's
But,
not guilty,
but you know, there's always this thing. Your money is our money. My money is my money.
Yeah,
That is a
the
wrong-
man's money is family money, but the woman's money is her
It's her
money.
No, it's wrong.
Right? It's the man taking care of
It's
the
wrong.
family, right?
It's wrong. Because if you are one, you
Yeah.
need to be one.
In every sense of the word.
One in vision, one in everything you people do. So that you have one children also. And it is wrong to say my children. Either
And it's
the
also
man-
wrong to be like, when the child goes wrong, you say, that's your son.
That's your son. Or you look like your mother. It does not, it's wrong completely because the both of you train up the children. So now, like somebody will say, I'm working. I don't need, my money is to take care of myself, and you are the man. You need to give me what is your duties, or it is your,
Your rule.
Your rule
take care of
to
the
take care of
family.
me. You need to, but
That makes manhood so tedious.
the truth here is that a woman has duties and the man has responsibilities.
Okay. Duties and
Yeah,
responsibilities.
so the duty of a woman is to submit and to take care of the husband and the house, while the responsibility of the man is to provide and make sure that the woman, because the first thing is the woman, that the woman is in good health and in good living well. Because
Yeah.
I got married to you, not to children.
Okay.
So I take care of you before the children.
Yeah, I get it now.
You understand? So if you want to force me to take care, another one will say, don't take care of me, take care of your children. You are creating problem that tomorrow you will not be able to join it.
Yeah.
The man has to take care of you,
And
then
then
take care of the children. When the children are another responsibility he has brought in. So now, the house needs to be one. You don't have a house, I don't have a house, we have a house. I don't have a car, you don't have a car, we have a car. I don't have money, you don't have money, we have money. So my wallet is yours. Your phone is mine.
Okay.
So when you're talking about your phone is mine, it means no password.
This issue of
When I come with my wallet, I drop it there. Though money is there, you don't take it. And I don't use it without telling you, because I will show you my payslip. I will tell you that this is what I have. You will tell me this is what I have. We drop it there.
He's just igniting problems in his speech. I'm here about payslip, which is something some people do not do. The fact that the other person knows how much this other one is earning. Then the phone, it is a
when those things don't happen in the couples, and then there's infidelity.
So chastity is being questioned.
Yeah.
Then.
So there's no faithfulness, there's no straightforwardness in that marriage. And at the end of the day, you have problems. My phone don't support, even if I put code, it should be for my children.
Yeah.
You need to know the code. And if I change it, the same day you need to know it.
Yeah. We should even discuss it before you change it.
If you
right?
don't know it,
it means you're hiding something.
there is something. You know, so there's this problem that people don't want to solve when it comes to marriage. And they believe that there is a kind of faithfulness in the marriage home. No. If I don't know where you are going to, you don't know where I'm going to. If you don't know my friends, I don't know your friends. We are not truthful to one another. We are not couples. Couples means we need to be one, saying the same thing, talking the same thing, walking the same manner.
So this oneness thing they used to talk about is not just verbally like this.
No.
It is actually oneness in every sense of the word.
It's living together as one. We don't stay together, we live together.
Like one.
Yes.
Now, Pastor Catherine, you are a marriage counselor. When you counsel
Married couples.
intending couples,
Okay.
what do you tell them?
Those who are
about to get married. Like they've come to you and they say, we want to get married. What do you tell them?
Ce qu'on les enseigne d'abord, ce qu'on les conseille d'abord, tu dois dire exactement qui tu es d'abord. Ce que tu aimerais faire, ce que tu n'aimes pas, ce que tu aimes. L'autre, vous devez vous échanger. Chacun doit savoir tes défauts, ton passé, les événements que tu as eus, que ce soit triste ou joyeux, tu dois tout savoir. Si tu veux marier avec quelqu'un, ne lui cache pas que j'ai connu un homme dans ma vie, j'ai fait un enfant, j'ai été malade, je suis sidéen, j'ai l'épilepsie. Dis tout. Je n'aime pas le piment, j'aime ceci, parfois voici, dis tout. Dans la période de fiançailles que vous rencontrez, c'est la période que vous échangez vos vies. Et si vous êtes vrai et ouvert, vous allez avoir une vie heureuse. Parce que peu importe le passé que tu as eu, peu importe les faiblesses que tu as, quand tu dis avant, quand ce n'est pas l'autre qui découvre, il ne peut pas te rejeter. Il te rejette quand il découvre après. Donc, c'est comme le conseillons, c'est d'être vrai. L'un envers l'autre. Que ce soit pour ce que tu étais, pour ce que tu es, ou ce que tu veux devenir. Soyez vrai. Et si la femme doit être soumise à son mari, elle est sous une mission. Alors, sois clair avec la vision. Quelle est la vision que tu es? Dis-lui clairement la vision. Est-ce qu'elle est d'accord? Imagine un homme qui est appelé homme de Dieu et que maintenant, il est en train de tchatcher une sœur qui va devenir maman pasteur. Dis-lui clairement qu'en tant que femme de pasteur, voilà ce que je voudrais que tu fasses. N'attends pas qu'elle arrive dans le mariage avant que tu commences à dire que je ne veux pas que tu querelles avec les sœurs, tu dois prendre soin, ma maison va être ouverte à tout le monde. Tout ça doit être dit, elle doit être prête. Si elle n'est pas prête, elle s'abstient.
And I want to thank you for the question because it's brought up a point here which I learned of just a few days ago. Someone was commenting about the fact that it is not good to say everything to your partner, that it's not necessary, that it's just looking for future problems, which may not, like how you say, make it clear that this is who I was, this is what I have done, and this is that. So they're saying that you don't say everything to the other person because it can instead bring a problem. That will separate you guys.
Si tu ne dis pas, il va découvrir. Et quand il découvre, ça sera un problème sans solution. Donc mieux vaut souffrir maintenant.
He could découvrir it. That is, if you are the one who tell him.
He could découvrir. You're wonderful.
Yeah, this is bilingualism.
Yeah. He could discover it, right? Maybe because most of the time what young girls do or what women do is they don't tell the partner what they were before. They don't give them their past story.
Yeah, the true image of who they used to be.
They always hide it because especially for those who are already out of age, they want to get married. Even though,
afraid that they will not accept
even though the love is there, you've met this guy, he's really nice, you love him and everything, but now there's this your past that you're trying to hide, and you know that if you don't tell him, you will tell him later. Now, if she's the one who is like, okay, you guys are already married, and then she comes and she tells you that this is it, this is what I was doing before, this is my life, this and that.
After marriage.
After marriage.
That's a trick, man.
Je connais quelqu'un qui a été engagé avec une femme. Il aimait tellement la femme avec les enfants. Et il partait même chez eux, il aimait les enfants. Mais la femme avait caché que c'était ses enfants. Mais un jour maintenant, le monsieur rencontre l'enfant en route. Il dit qu'il veut voir ta grand-sœur. Il dit que non, c'est pas ma grande-sœur, c'est ma mère. Il dit que non, l'autre c'est ma grand-mère. C'est comme ça qu'il est rentré, le mariage, c'est fini.
Wow.
Ce n'était pas parce qu'elle a les enfants, mais parce qu'elle est infidèle, elle n'est pas vertueuse. Quand elle commence à te tromper sur son passé, elle va te tromper même sur l'avenir. Il faut être vrai, il y a les choses qui nous sont arrivées, ce n'est pas nous qui avons voulu. Maintenant, tu veux lui cacher ton passé. Si tu as une main coupée, elle ne va pas rester coupée.
Pastor, you said this, and I'm kind of agreeing with you, because I was told of a story one time of a lady who made a surprise to her husband and he divorced her. And the surprise was meant to be beautiful and they celebrate, but he divorced her. He sponsored her to school, and she graduated and started teaching. And after some time, she bought a land secretly and built a house. And then took the man to the house and said it was on his birthday, and said it's a surprise she wanted to do for him. And she presented the house, and the man was like, this is really beautiful. It's a nice house, the kind of way he would have loved his house to be, but that it's over. And she was not understanding, but this is a surprise. I did it for us. It's not like I did use the money to do something else. I did it for us. He told the lady that if you could do this, because you didn't buy it in one day. You took time, bought the land, built, and did other things.
Make the structure.
So for you to succeed to do all of this without me knowing, it means there's more you can do. And
Now, my question now is regarding what she said. What's the big deal? Given that you're doing it, even though, yes, you did it behind his back, it's kind of meant to be a surprise, isn't it? It's a surprise.
Like you're able to keep this a secret,
but it's a surprise
for this length of time, because it's not a one-day thing, like a year thing.
One thing you put on understand here is that marriage is supposed not to have surprises.
Really?
Yeah. You don't need to surprise your husband.
Like if you have money and you want to buy a car for your husband, and like
tell him he's your husband. Why are you surprising?
But you want to give him a gift.
No, a gift. You tell him, I have money.
Ça reste toujours une surprise.
I have money.
But will it not depend on the kind of surprise? For instance, if it's his birthday and then you choose to pick up a cake without him knowing, invite your friends, and
now,
then...
Let me tell you something. Someone like me, they don't surprise me.
Okay.
Okay, you don't like surprises.
Yeah, if you want to surprise me, you will surprise yourself. Because I will not like what you are doing.
No, that you've just decided that I will not like it, or because what if it's something you like?
The truth is that even if you know that I like this, tell me. Because the moment you are giving me this thing, it might not be what I want.
If I have asked you technically, you know, with those are ways that you told us about. If I use those are ways and then ask you technically,
then your ways can wave you away.
No, which means you would have lied to me. you would have lied, you know. So if I technically ask you, like, what color, I just show you the picture of maybe a couple of shoes, I'm like, well, look at this thing, I really like it. What do you think about it? And then you're like, no, I like this one. And then I buy it for you, and then I give it as a surprise. No, but I didn't tell you that it was for you.
Yeah, but it's different.
No,
it's a surprise. Okay, do you like this kind of shoe? I know maybe you are just presenting me. Men are also...
No, it's not like the lady saying that, do you like this kind of shoe? She's just looking at it and she's like,
I like this thing.
I like this thing. What do you think about it? And you're like, okay, that's nice, it's beautiful. And then you get it.
Il faudrait qu'on soit d'accord que tu peux faire les surprises à ton mari.
Good.
peut faire les surprises.
Pastor, don't just spoil this my surprise thing.
Ça ne veut pas dire que c'est lui qui va aller au marché acheter ses petites culottes. C'est pas lui qui va le faire. Payer la pâte dentifrice, payer le cirage, même ses chaussures, je peux le faire. Mais il y a quand même les niveaux. Il y a les niveaux.
You know, rich people, rich things, right? Yeah, you have money and you're like, you want to surprise with a house,
Voilà pourquoi,
a villa.
pour comprendre ça, il faut connaître le contraire de la chasteté. Quelqu'un qui n'est pas chaste, c'est quelqu'un qui est libre. C'est le libertinage.
Okay.
Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Donc, il est libre, il fait ce qu'il veut.
Yes.
Quelqu'un de chaste ne fait pas ce qu'il veut, il fait ce qu'il faut. Et si tu veux faire ce qu'il faut, tu as quelqu'un maintenant qui t'oriente dans ce qu'il faut. Tu n'es pas tombé. Il y a quelqu'un qui va te montrer que fais ça. Tu dois avoir un conseiller. Même si tu veux faire une surprise, tu dois avoir quelqu'un qui te conseille comment le faire. Tu peux vouloir faire une surprise à ton mari, tu détruis ton mariage.
Now, there are some men who are not good managers. They don't know how to save money.
Yeah.
And now you as a woman, you're the good manager. And no matter how you try to tell your husband that we need to be saving, we need to be doing this, and you know your husband is kind of a liberal person. If the friends come and be like, borrow me this, they will give, they're just free, and you're the woman, you don't like this, and he knows that you don't like it. And now you decide to devise your own strategy and go and get an account where you save money. And maybe a time will come when the man will need money, he doesn't have money, and you go and draw money from there and give him. Now, have you done wrong?
This is a trap now.
Yeah, it's a very good trap. But the truth is that you need to tell your husband that I've opened an account.
Okay, he may not know exactly how much is there,
How much
but
is
he
there?
should know there
You
is.
need to know that you have an account where you put money that belongs to both of you. You know, having an account does not mean you give him the details. But he need to know. Say, okay, this, you need money. Okay, I've removed it from the account I told you I'm opening. It's different. He will not, bully on you. But if you just do it because you know you can manage
better,
it
also insults him.
The truth is that we need to know that there are men that will never grow until they have good managers like women. And there are women that will not grow until they have good managers like men.
Amen.
So that is why couples, when you come together, is to complete, not to compete. Yeah, you complete one another. You don't compete with one another, because if you are couples, you don't compete in anything.
I like that one. I'll save it up.
Yeah. So the truth is that if there are men that are not managers at all, absolutely, she talked of good. They're not even, there's no good.
There's no good
at all.
No adjective before it.
They just waste money, they waste everything. They want to do things, but they do it wrongly. But when the woman comes in, now it brings discipline. You bring discipline. And now, this is the consequence. When you become that woman that brings discipline, now they will say you are proudful. They'll say you have possessed your husband. If you're not ready to face the consequence, the family will rise against you and say, which kind of woman is this? You have stopped our son not to give us money again. You have stopped this thing. Then you feel like, how can I be doing the right thing and people are blaming me? The truth is that you need to know that if you're doing the right thing, you must face some attacks from people that have been eating wrongly.
Yeah, benefiting from the wrong.
Yeah, they have been eating wrongly. Because what they have been having, they did not supposed to have it that way. So now they'll say, you have come and stop. Then your mother-in-law will come in and say, this is a bad woman. This is a bad woman. I'm not eating it again. I'm not doing this again. What is wrong?
My son has forgotten about
the family. You know, do you know you're supposed to send your junior brother to America? What is wrong now? Then
you had said it. You said it.
Yeah, it'll be like, then the man will turn and look at you. If the man turns and look at you, he's accusing you to the family. It means he has not understood that he ought to tell the family that, by then I was not a good manager. I have somebody that is managing me. So everything needs to go now with plan and planification.
The way he says that to the mother, is that not another trap?
No.
Like
accusing the woman.
He's still accusing the woman. He's still sending her out.
No, he's not accusing. The man needs to take responsibility. I have to defend my wife when it comes to my family.
Because I feel like in that kind of a situation, he could just say, no, I have decided that. Because by the time he now just brings her
when he says, I have a good manager, it will go further and said, we are planning things. We do things now with plan. It's not like putting the woman in front to say she's the one managing.
Like putting her under the box.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. I have to defend. a woman needs to find herself in a good security if you really want to enjoy that woman. If she is not secured,
Forget it.
then you yourself, you will leave her.
You will also be secure.
We should give you trouble.
When the woman feels secured, she comes out.
Yeah.
She gives everything about herself. And who has to secure the woman? Not the outsiders. You, that says, I'm your husband. You secure her financially. You secure her morally.
Emotionally.
You secure her emotionally. You secure her, with love. You secure her
With surprises.
with surprises.
I like to go back to that
You
one.
make her to feel the test being with you.
Yeah.
Now she'll give her all. If you make a woman to feel like she's nothing, she cannot contribute anything, then she'll show her stones in one place and they can be stoned.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this is really so sweet. I don't know if
Pastor
you have
Williams, you really have the word.
the right words to make this.
Now, let's get back to spirituality and faith. What role do faith and spirituality play in practicing chastity in marriage? I'm asking you because you're a pastor and I think you're a better position to tell us about this.
Is even the fundamental key, faith and chastity. It makes God to stand on his throne and look on you and help you and take you wherever, because it has to do with your salvation. Faith, chastity is powerful.
Okay.
When the Bible says, before the just open his mouth, God have answered.
Yeah.
When they talk about being just, it's not about someone that goes to church, just, in quotes.
Yeah.
Just here means being faithful, loyal, humble, truthful, sincere, disciplined. That has to do with chastity. And now faith is your belief, the love. The word faith has to do with everything that has to do with God. When you say, I have faith, it means I believe, I trust. I know that God is who he is to me. So I stay loyal, I stay faithful. I'm not having faith to please somebody. I'm not having faith to convince you. I'm having faith to be in good position with God so that my soul will be safe. So faith and chastity has to do with loyalty to God.
Okay.
So position me where before I think, God have answered me. When you are loyal to your husband, you will never tell your husband that I need something.
It just keeps coming.
He will fight to keep that loyalty. He will provide. Even when you need something, he will double it. That's the same thing with God. Like you have children in the house that obeys you and walk according to your principles. You will not allow them to come and ask you anything.
Yeah.
You will be fighting to provide to them because they are loyal to you. That's the same thing with God. So the question, faith and chastity, is a very powerful word. But now the question is, how many people are in an assembly that are really,
Chaste and
they are really
faithful.
chaste and faithful? You don't see it often.
Yeah.
Many people are just going to church today
Churchgoers.
for miracles, for signs, but they are pagans.
Now, is it about the church or is it about you as a person?
It's not. It has nothing to. When they talk about church, it's a living organ. I'm not talking about the church as
A building.
a figurative
yeah.
statement made by the government to say, okay, church. You need to give
This
title,
thing has this document
I'm
as,
a
yeah.
Pentecostal, I'm a Catholic. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you being the church. That Christ will come and take. He says, I will come and take my church. He's not talking about Pentecostal, he's not talking about Catholic, he's talking about someone that is faithful to him. You see? So when he says, I will come and take my church, it's not the assembly. It's about someone that is faithful to him.
Okay.
Obeying him, living his word, and living it the way it is. So you can.
And the way it should
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
And now I understand this passage of the Bible that says we are the bride and he is the bride.
Yeah. So he's coming to take his church, not assembly, not the Pentecostal days or fire mountain, broken barriers.
And not a structure.
Not a structure. But none of those things will be in heaven. It is you and I that lives faithfully that will find ourselves in heaven.
We have a church.
Yeah. So that is the church, the glorious church that Christ will come and take. That resembles him act as him, do as him. That's the glorious church.
Okay.
So we can be full here. Let's use this place as a temple. But maybe there are two.
Only two churches.
Two churches inside. But we are all happy when they play music, when the gospel comes in, we shout amen. That only two people that God is saying inside.
Okay.
That belongs to him. Yeah.
Now, I would want, before we leave, for my Pastor Catherine to give us her last words, within which I'd want for you to help us clarify, especially young people. Because at the end of the day, they are mostly those who get confused, mixed up with this chastity thing, and then help clarify them on what it takes to be to live a chaste life and still live in honor of your partner, as well as respecting God at the same time. As last sentence for the day.
Est-ce que j'ai bien compris en anglais ce que vous avez dit?
J'espère. Je ne sais pas si c'est que vous avez compris.
Votre dernier mot.
Oui, en grosso modo. That's a word, hein?
Bon, je dirais que, en fait, en ce qui concerne la chasteté, c'est une très bonne chose. Quand on parle de chasteté, on voit beaucoup plus des personnes qui ne vivent pas, qui ne mènent pas l'activité sexuelle. Okay. Mais c'est au-delà de ça. Ça a fait avec ton état d'esprit. Ça a fait avec tes valeurs. Celui qui vit une vie de chasteté, c'est d'abord pour lui. Ce n'est pas pour autrui. Tu ne peux pas décider de vivre chaste par rapport à un homme que tu vas marier. C'est qu'après, tu seras déçu. Donc, c'est pour ton propre respect et le respect des autres. Et si tu ne peux pas te respecter, tu ne peux pas respecter l'autre. Donc, c'est très bénéfique pour nous de vivre dans la chasteté. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Que ce soit par rapport au sexe, que ce soit par rapport à la société. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Et maintenant, beaucoup de femmes ont ce challenge parce qu'ils se disent que les hommes veulent avoir les femmes expérimentées sexuellement avant de connaître le mariage. Mais c'est faux. Je ne vous mens pas. Ça fait plus de 30 ans que je suis mariée à un homme. C'est l'homme, peu importe la façon que tu sais cuisiner. Si tu épouses un homme, il va avoir un autre appétit par rapport à ce que tu sais faire. C'est lui maintenant qui va te dire que j'aime telle chose. Et parce que tu es soumise à ton mari, parce que tu veux lui faire du bien, parce que la Bible dit que la femme vertueuse fait du bien à son mari, tu vas apprendre à faire les mets qu'il aime. De la même façon, dans le plan des rapports sexuels, tu dois mettre ton homme à l'aise pendant qu'il te met à l'aise. Tu ne viens pas avec l'expérience de quelqu'un pour mettre ton homme à l'aise. Tu n'es pas sûr que ça va lui plaire. Alors, on ne peut pas mener une vie de désordre parce qu'on veut se préparer au mariage. Qui te dit qu'il va aimer ça? Les rapports sexuels, c'est comme... en fait, c'est du plaisir qu'on se fait. Et chacun se fait plaisir comme ça lui plaît. Maintenant, l'homme qui est devant toi, tu sais que qu'est-ce qui va lui plaire. Tu apprends à faire ça. Est-ce qu'il va aimer ça? Donc, je sais que nous gagnons beaucoup à être chastes. Mais ça ne doit pas seulement être... peut-être l'abstinence sexuelle, ça doit être l'abstinence du mal, ça va être une bonne moralité. La société doit bénéficier pendant que tu bénéficies. Et si tu te maries dans cet état, étant une femme chaste, la Bible dit que la femme chaste, la femme sage, elle bâtit sa maison. Tu deviens un architecte. Même si c'est un lion que tu as épousé, ton état peut le ramener. La femme, c'est le moule, l'homme, c'est l'argile. Par ta soumission, tu peux le briser. Par ton obéissance, tu peux le briser. Voilà pourquoi la Bible dit, Dieu dit que la femme sage bâtit sa maison. La femme chaste bâtit sa maison. Mais celle qui n'est pas chaste, celle qui est libre, celle qui connaît ses droits, celle qui connaît parler, elle détruit de ses propres mains. Comment vous pouvez vous imaginer, pour finir, que Dieu a parlé avec Adam? Ève n'était pas là.
Oui.
Elle n'était pas vivante, elle n'existait pas. Mais elle est venue briser ça. Elle est venue, c'était pas une femme vertueuse.
Elle n'est même pas là, on l'a construit.
C'était pas une femme vertueuse, elle n'avait pas la chasteté, elle n'était pas chaste. Elle est venue briser et la famille a été cassée. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Mais nous avons encore dans la Bible les femmes qu'on a vu comment est-ce que leur mari a failli dévier de la volonté de Dieu, mais elles l'ont ramené. On voit comment Isaac était un homme, il avait la grâce de Dieu, mais il ne pouvait pas choisir quand il fallait. C'est sa femme Rebecca qui a mené le plan de Dieu dans la famille. Je ne sais pas si vous comprenez. Donc, la femme chaste, c'est la femme qui a des valeurs.
C'est une constructrice.
C'est une constructrice, c'est un architecte. C'est la femme que l'homme, ça n'a pas fait avec la beauté, ça n'a pas fait avec la richesse, ça a fait avec l'âme, ça a fait avec l'esprit, ça n'a pas fait avec le sexe. Le sexe vient après. Parce que même dans le mariage, nous vivons la chasteté. Même étant veuve, la Bible demande qu'on soit chaste. Même en travail ici, vous pouvez être des employés chastes. Vous pouvez être des collègues chastes. Et la société va être en paix.
Wow. Now, I have a last question for, it's not even a question.
Okay.
You know, all through you've been exposing women, you've been exposing us. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing.
But I thought that was new values that belongs to you people.
Of course.
Yes, it actually
I will like it because you've really said the good things about us.
Yeah.
The reality.
No, that is what people are.
Yes.
Is the society that want to spoil you people?
Well,
They cannot spoil us. They cannot spoil us. They cannot. Now, tell us, the women. Tell us, because now we've realized the topic was chastity, women's virtue or vice, and now we've seen that it's a virtue. Now tell us, what's the secret that women should know about the men?
Wow.
expose yourselves now.
To keep a healthy relationship and even marriage.
Right.
That's your last word. before
Thank
we
you
go.
very much. In fact, I think that this is really tempting and it's at the same time the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women need to understand that men are children.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Men are big with titles, but they're children in mind. Because God has given people values, what it takes. No man is happy without a woman. That's the first thing. You people have to know that.
Okay.
They should not reverse it. Don't
No
do the
way.
vice. Don't reverse it.
Okay.
No man is happy
Without a woman.
without a woman. That is why God made you for us,
Okay.
so that we can change our atmosphere. So you will not see men fighting where there are not women. We always prove that I am big.
Macho,
I want
yeah.
to show that I have money only when that. Men don't compare with themselves.
They don't
Men
have
compare
time for that.
where there are women to have some values. That's the
Yeah.
first thing. Then the second thing, you need to know that men, all that men want from women is that they should be submissive.
Okay.
A man can decide and talk. All you want is that you should say, forgive me. That is all. If you say, Daddy, I'm sorry, I love you, he will do that. You will change the atmosphere. But now if you try to fight with him and you want to, now you bring that ego and say, I'm a man here.
Yeah, the man part of him.
Yeah,
will come
I don't talk, you talk to me. You change
You
now.
kill the baby part and bring the man part.
That is the problem. Then now the third thing is that you need to know that men always like appreciation.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for what you are doing.
Okay, like I was admiring this, your suits like that. It was good, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that you at times for nothing, you just when your husband comes home, you just say, oh darling, thank you. I love you so much. You make me feel that I'm a woman. You say, what have I done? He knows exactly what you are saying, but
Okay.
he just wants to feel that thanks. You know that like God now.
Yeah.
When you say you give thanks
Thank
to
you,
God,
God.
Yeah.
God adds blessings. But now, so men are like, at times a man will just sit like that, he's annoyed.
Yeah.
You say, but what is happening? No, it is not. He's feeling like, upon what I'm doing, this woman does not even say thank
Show
you.
appreciation.
You see, that's just the problem. Oh.
Yes.
But if you can
Well.
say thank you, maybe you cook some special food. That is kind of surprise I like.
Okay.
Finally, you love surprises. Finally, you
So
love
finally, it
surprises.
depends on the kind.
Yeah. You cook a special food and you just say, I just want to tell you that in fact, I'm grateful that you are my husband. You say like, what have I done that is
So
more like
special.
so special? You say, no.
Meanwhile, you know.
You know exactly. No, you get him, you are drawing him closer to you.
Okay.
When he feels like that, then when you do that, don't bother. When he goes out, coming back, you'll see something.
Oh, surprise.
Maybe they'll bring you suya.
Yeah, you like soya?
Yes.
I hope Mr. Man is getting you very well.
Yeah, he knows already.
So that is, when you understand your husband, you make him work. Just to give you gross modo.
Okay.
So what people need to do is to understand his mindset, understand his vision. When you know his vision, you know his value, you know his mindset, you got him. That's the man. That's where his power is. That is all. You make him walk, you tell him sit down, you sit down. Wake up, you wake up.
I hope your fellow men will not stone you after this.
They know that what I'm saying is true.
That is it.
Yeah, they know that
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying
why I
is
don't
true.
want to stone you because you have told them.
And they like it.
Great.
They
then.
like it. It's just that women don't want to do that.
Yeah. You know we're the
You
naughty
need
one.
to know your husband, know what he wants, know what he does not want, know what he likes, know where he goes to. You hold him. There's no charm in it. The charm is that you know him. That's all.
Oh.
So when he's acting like that, you say, okay, no problem. When he's trying to make like that,
I know how to get
you
you.
just touch it. Yeah, you just touch it. Yeah. At times, you sit in the parlor, you just sit like that, or do like that. Don't talk, just go in the room and sit quiet.
Yes.
He will be the one starting, he will say, why are you
Why
there?
are you there? Meanwhile,
he knows what he's looking for.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, I am kind of really regretting the fact that you're ending this program. It's not me doing this. This
Well,
was
it's
such
really
a beautiful one.
because
Yes.
we've learned so many things just in
Yes.
one day.
I even learned the secret of a man.
Imagine. And you even learned your own secret.
yes.
Like things you didn't know you
Yes.
possess.
You're
and
right.
it's so beautiful because I also learned that chastity is not just about
Abstaining
from
from
sexual.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about your value. It's
Yeah.
all about who you are. That's if you know you're a bad person, well, it's time for you to change.
Correct.
Because it's everything englobes the who you are, the value you have, and the value you add to the society.
Yeah.
Because it's not all about you. It's about the people
The
whom
people,
you're
yeah.
teaching, the people who are looking at you, especially the children at home.
Yeah.
They just want to see what you're doing because that's where they peak. And it's good because we've done this topic today and we've had a lot to learn about.
Much.
Well, if in case you missed out, then you can catch up on Monday at 2:30 p.m. And why not visit our Facebook page, Dash Media. You can comment, you can share, and maybe if you have topics that you want us to talk about, well, just comment and then we'll get back to you. In the meantime, we love you and we hope you learned something. So bye-bye. Thank you so much, pastors.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming. Viviana Shinita,
Yes.
it's lovely.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
meantime, bye-bye. Stay blessed. Have a wonderful weekend.
Right.
This one.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I will so exploit this knowledge I have gathered today and use it to my benefit.
It is well.